Joseph Sanchez writes, "Hi AMC crew, I'll be honest, I never heard of Doctor Strange before the MCU got popular. Why should I be excited for this character?"
I'm the same.
Yeah, I mean, I know Doctor Strange, but I'm not as familiar.
Yeah, shame on all you guys and girls who don't know anything about Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, by the hoary hosts of Hoggoth. Supreme, sorry, not Supreme. Yeah, he's a great character. Do some research, look him up, read the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko original Doctor Stranges. Those are I still feel the greatest ones, because they not only introduced the idea of Doctor Strange being able to go into your dreams and deal with like nightmares that you're having, perhaps even a character called Nightmare, but just the whole idea of alternate dimensions that exist. He is one of those characters that is so much fun. He was one of the first horror superhero characters, because basically what he's dealing with are nightmares and visions of extreme terror, and he's the only, like at some points in time, the only person who's holding all these like creatures from other dimensions off from like basically invading the whole planet. So if you haven't read any Doctor Strange, buy the Marvel Essentials book. It's like 10 bucks. You can probably get it on eBay for less, and you can catch up on some of the really cool stories that were told way back in the 60s that since then have kind of just been retold and told again in different ways. But go to the original source and check it out.
And it's a Marvel movie, so it's going to be a big hit.
Yeah.
As you've seen from that SNL, did you guys watch that SNL sketch?
Yeah. It was like, what was
Pam.
It? Yeah, Pam.
Pam 2, the Winter Soldier. Yeah. Like, they can make a hit out of anything. All right, what's next?
Mr. Couchy Man writes, "Are the Rihanna rumors true about her being the new Bond girl?"
Oh, I haven't even heard of that.
I haven't heard that either, but I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I think it would be cool.
Yeah, got a look. I think the great look for it.
Sassy.
Yeah, I mean, Battleship didn't really help show off her acting chops, but I think she's great. I love her voice, and I think she can act. I've seen her in all the Saturday Night Live sketches.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so just those alone are really funny. So I think she can pull it off, and I'd love to see her as a Bond girl.
Yeah, I saw her and met, I don't know if you saw the digital short with Shy Ronnie.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like Bonnie and Clyde. And she looked badass,
Totally.
so she'd be great, like Bond girl, if she could get in and do some of the action as well. That would be cool.
All right, what's next?
That was on TMZ yesterday, guys, so obviously it must be true.
I forgot. TMZ's on my phone, on my theater.
Yeah. Next, John Owens writes, "What do you guys think of the Adam Sandler 4-movie Netflix deal?"
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't read too much about it, but I don't know. Is it like 4 movies that he's starring in, or is it he's producing and maybe he cameos in and he gets his other friends?
Schneider.
Yeah.
The Animal Part 4 or whatever.
So I don't know the exact details of that.
So it's with Happy Madison, his production company. Right. And I think that the option is there for him to star in it. It's pretty interesting because, I mean, his movies always make about $100 million overseas. Even the ones that don't do well here, like Blended, made $80 million overseas. And again, it's that thing of like, broad comedy, slipping on a banana peel, always funny in any language. It doesn't have to be refined comedic taste. They said Netflix is still going to put up the same amount of money that he would have for his regular film. So they'll put up a $40 million budget. If he stars in it, he usually takes about $15 million, and if he produces a film, he takes about $5 million. So for him, great deal. He gets $20 million, doesn't have to worry about box office. It goes out there in Netflix land, and I think we'll see more deals like this happening, like the Weinsteins, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Well, hopefully they're good films. I mean, he's put a lot of work in. He's had a very long career, and he's had a lot of very funny films that he's been involved in. So, you know, maybe, you know, the last couple have not really done it for people like us in America here or whatever. But, you know, give him a chance. Maybe he's like, now finally I get to make my masterpieces on Netflix. So do it, Sandler. You know,
love him in Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah, no, he's a great performer.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be doing any Punch Drunk Love type of stuff.
Come on, Dennis, why not?
Come on, he's a smart businessman though. Always been.
What's next?
Much Nothing writes, "Whatever happened to Jared Leto being in line for Doctor Strange?"
Yeah, I
that
heard that.
kind of disappeared. I mean,
maybe it's creeping back in now. Who knows?
He would be interesting because he does that dark, disturbing kind of thing, and smart. He makes smart movies. He's great in
Just won an
Spice
Oscar.
Club.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
All right, what's next?
Chris Marabello writes, "What is the most confusing movie you have ever seen?"
Well, that's tough.
Confusing movie. Like, I remember Tree of Life confused me at first, just because when I first watched it.
I'll say one that I thought sucked and was confusing, Trance, that Danny Boyle movie.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why am I still watching this movie, you know? Except for the one cool scene where the guy's blown off head is like slowly getting up back to life. You're like, what's going on? Very psychotropic, but at the same time made no sense and ultimately was kind of a waste of time. You know?
A movie for me that I actually did really like after, you know, watching it to the end, but the first half of it, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, I was like, what is going on here? Because it's like, not only are, you know, they have the accents, they also are speaking, you know, in the vernacular of, I think what was like the 70s or 60s, and like, I'm like, what are they talking about? And then slowly as the movie moved on, I was like, okay, now that's starting to make more sense, but it was pretty confusing at
Here's
first.
one, The Counselor.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like literally 40 minutes into it, I was like, should we leave? Because this is insane. And we just sat through it and just got worse and worse and worse until there was, I remember there's some long, like almost 3-minute scene with this one guy talking. He had his own monologue. I was like, what is going on? It's just literally all over the place. Insane film. Horrible too.
Yeah, horrible.
Just insane.
Confusing on just a what?
Yeah, everyone was on
What the
drugs. I think
hell?
Cormac McCarthy just moved pages around randomly and then added the end and was like, here's the script, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. What a weird film.
All right, let's do one more.
Great. Emil Johansson writes, what are the differences between Marvel and DC films? To me, Marvel is more intelligent and DC is more intriguing.
There's definitely a difference. I don't know if I'd put it in those categories. I do find that Marvel is kind of, they got more comedy in their stuff, and they kind of make it a little more lighthearted, and they make things try and be more fun, where DC kind of goes more the serious route. I mean, when you're watching any, let's say, the Nolan Batman movies,
Yeah.
how much comedy is actually in there? Like, just a little bit here
The
and
Joker's
there.
pencil trick. Come on, that's funny.
like, but in general, they take it very, very seriously. And then we heard that rumor of the no jokes for the future DC movie. So I think that's the biggest difference for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, and sad Batman in his
Sad
pictures. He
Batman.
always looks sad. Yeah, I agree. Well, we've only got the Nolan films to base it off, so we'll know more once the new movies start coming out. We won't count Green Lantern against them.
I would count Green Lantern because Green Lantern did have they tried to add that little flavor, that
That was a
comedy
confusing
flavor
film.
with Ryan Reynolds. It was like, why is he all jokey and then all of a sudden serious? And it was like, it didn't know what it wanted to be.
Marvel's
the
so
movie itself.
good at it, though, aren't they? Weaving in
But
the
Marvel
comedy.
has like how many movies now? 9? 9,
10,
10, and within this course from 2008 to now, like 10 movies with all these other ones in production. And DC has had, when was the first Batman? What was it, 2004? Batman Begins, 2003?
Yeah, I
Something
think
like that.
2003.
Only that. So they've only had 4, or well, if you have to count Green Lantern, 5 movies. So it's like, that's not really a lot to establish. Plus, they're not cinematically joined like the
No.
Marvel Universe, which has like a flavor that you can count on because, hey, if you like these 18 other movies, check out this next one, which is in that same world. There's like, well, I don't know if you like sort of like this, but it's not connected. And then here's this other thing, it's also not connected. But so it's hard to judge. If you just take Nolan's Batman trilogy as its own thing, and then Man of Steel as its own thing, that's only really one super long movie and a movie. So,
Well, but then you also have, okay, we talked about Green Lantern, but Watchmen too. That's a DC property as
but
well.
it's separate. It's not.
It is
it's not
separate.
contained. It's a different thing. It's like watching a totally different movie. It's not even contained as DC or Marvel.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a pattern though, because it's like, okay, well now they have all these movies. They all seem to be very serious, even if they're not connected. It seems to be that's the tone they're going
But I
for.
think it's interesting now that they've gone, okay, so now from now on, it's going to be connected, Justice League and everything. That's when we'll get more of a sense of the style.
Yeah, and I don't think the no joke squad thing. I think it's more like just don't make it like corny, like
Well, they have
the
to be
moments of
different
Green
as well.
Lantern. I don't even think that's it. I just think it got blown out of proportion. That's
Really?
my gut feeling is like they're like, just don't make them say dumb lines that don't connect anything. You can have humor as long as it's part of the story, you know. So that's the biggest part. Gone Girl had a lot of humor in it.
Yeah,
did.
surprising
Yeah,
amount,
so-
more than the
No,
book.
dark humor.
Dark humor, but you know,
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
great.
So.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.